The real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody. Thank y'all for joining me today. We always got a lot to talk about. The subject today is, what's the best health insurance plan for expats in the Philippines? We'll wait till we get a few people on here. Thanks to the NTZ for joining us this morning, make this a safe and respectable live stream. Bobby Black says, how could this guy have a thumbs down and the live chat hasn't even started yet? Cal, keep focus on doing your things. You're doing a good thing. Thanks, brother. Jose in Luzon, I sent you a message just here. He says, I just got Pacific Cross on Friday. 1.5 million peso coverage for $610 a year. And wow, that. And I asked him, what does that cover? Because that would have to be the best policy. That's even better. That's almost as less as, it costs almost as less. Well, now, field health is a lot less than that, but I don't know if it covers that much. But I'd like to hear back from you. Hey, Gigi Obrero says, good morning, Sunshine Shoulders. John Wells, I see you on here, man. The next week, man, I've got a drink that I want John to try on air. It starts with a K here. And yesterday when I was taking beer to the guys over there, the tricycle driver, he stopped at the store and bought him a little bottle. Looked like wine or something. And I said, does that get you hobo now? Which means, does that get you drunk? And he said, yeah. And then I asked my girlfriend, she said, yeah, it's really, hard. She said it's harder than Imperador. So we're going to get John to try that on Friday, John. So get ready. Is this Sam Champion or Sam Champion? We want to make sure, Sam, because they going after Sam for some reason. Glad you could join us, brother. Now it's Brown. He said, good morning, Calvin. Great video you did yesterday on answering the 5 questions before moving to the Philippines. Everything said is so true and well said. Thank you. No, thank you, Niles Brown, or Niels Brown. You never told me how to pronounce that. But anyway, I'm just telling you what hindsight is always 20/20. And this was just things that I would have asked myself had I not just gotten on a plane and flown over here. I did everything wrong. I just did 2 things right. I met 2 women online instead of 1, and I flew into Cebu instead of Manila. That was it. Everything else I did wrong, guys. Self-Awareness TV. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Mike. Said, what's up, Calvin? Eric Terry can join us from beautiful Miami Beach, Florida. Has school started? He's a professor. What's the name of that college you teach? You teach in, Eric? There are 4 more. What's going on, brother? It's my partner from out in Seattle, Washington. He came over here and picked him a beautiful cherry out of the tree, and he's happy now. He's one of those guys. He's one of the real deal guys. He learned early on, you got to embrace the family, guys. If you don't embrace the family, it won't be too long. She's going to find somebody that will. What's up, Cliff? Peterson, I think he's from Augusta, Georgia. Hardest working man in show business. Jose in Luzon says that Sunshine Shoulders, that policy covers emergencies, illnesses, injuries, hospitalizations. What's the name of that policy, though? I mean, what is it? You know, because these policies, I've been an insurance agent for 18 years. They all got these policies. Is it the basic, is it the gold, the silver, the platinum? What is that? Because that's something that I may even look into, because I've got Feel Health, which is basically all I need right now. It covers my inpatient. It helps me with inpatient care. It's not the greatest, but it's better than nothing, guys. You know, I know our own channel, insurance specialist Mike Onstadt said, Feel Health will get you in the hospital, but it won't get you out. It'll help. It's better than nothing. And I hope Mike is on here today, because he's going to answer a lot of questions. But yeah, that Pacific Cross, guys, it sounds a pretty good. It sounds like a pretty good policy. Mr. G said, is it weird that whenever I hear that opening song, my hips start moving? That's funny, man. It grows on you, man. It grew on me. That's why I said, hey, I'm going to use that. Because he just sent it to me. He said, Cal, you can use it if you want. And the minute me and my girlfriend heard it, we both liked it. Hey, I see Ingrid Davis on here and Jacob Tanjay. My homeboy, B Gunn, I hope he's on here. It's International Day, International Fest in Louisville. Every year we have it. It runs Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, man. It's a beautiful. He was telling me about it's going on now. I took my Filipino wife there, and we had a ball. The food is unbelievable. You know, it's all the cultures that in Louisville, African, Filipino, Chinese, Latino. I mean, it's nice, man. But I wanted to bring that up. Hey, Ray Colon and Pierre Parfait. I hope I'm saying that right. Tuning in from Missouri. I had a big contract with Essence Healthcare, Pierre, and their headquarters is in St. Louis, Missouri. Yeah, Alexander Neverman says, which plan for that $600? Pacific Cross covers all around the world. Yeah, that's what I want to know too. Hey, Travel Mike, he said, I'm eating pinto beans and onions. Well, you know, you got to chop up. If you're going to do the pinto beans, Mike, and onions, you got to chop up the tomatoes too and put in there, man. Come on. You can't leave out the tomatoes, Travel Mike. James K., good morning. I think you're from Pennsylvania. What's up, Bobby G? I was waiting on your call, man, yesterday. Man, we had a 12-hour brownout yesterday, man. It was torture. But it actually only lasted 10 hours, man. And I tell you what, that's one of the sacrifices I was talking about, you know. But I never experienced one in Cebu when I lived there for 2 years. Now, will they have it? I don't know. Do they have them now? I don't know. But when I was there, I didn't experience them. Rams and Dodgers fan, good to see you. But it's one part of Cebu I can't bring up in my mind, but I remembered it yesterday because something happened. It's Argao, Cebu, Argao. It's another place. I think that's northern Cebu, if I'm not mistaken. But that's another place you can check out, guys. It's not overrun with tourists and everything. Argao, Cebu. Check that out. I could never bring it to mind, but me and my son's mother, we used to go there all the time. It's really nice. Hey, Cliff Patterson, what's going on? Bill Fitzgerald said, hey, Calvin, hi from England. I didn't know you could fly to Cebu. Yeah, I wonder if I can do that from London. I'm pretty sure you can, Bill. And it's probably better to fly into Cebu. I tell everybody all the time, especially if you've never been to the Philippines. I would say fly into Cebu first. Oh, okay, Eric Terry said Miami-Dade College. I'm already into the third week of class. Wow. Now, is it face-to-face now? Is it in class, Terry, Eric? Because I know for a while you were doing, you were doing the online thing. And Eric Terry, he's not just anybody. He's kind of famous down there in Miami, Florida. He's on the side of buses, and I've seen him on, if you're sitting at the bus stop, his pictures on the damn side of the waiting area. He's pretty popular down there. What are you doing, Terry, Eric, to get so much attention down there? He's almost like a celebrity. Hey, Simply Akers, what's going on? She said, what's up, my friends? How's everything? You're right down there with Eric Terry. Y'all ought to hook up, Eric. You ought to hook up with Simply Akers. Take her and her husband out to dinner. They're in Miami, too. Hey, Gabriel Bowe, thanks for that super chat. He said, today I'm going to troll you. I'm going to not give any money and give this to your wife for curtains or blinds. Oh, man. We were just talking about this. See, you reading my mind now, Gabriel. We went to the house yesterday evening, and I was like, I wonder what kind of curtains we're going to get, what size we're going to need, because those windows are big. Thank you for that super chat, brother. Thomas King said you have an update on visa issues. No, but I turned in the 2-page letter to the gentleman who said he could help me. But also, I won't even need the ballot buy-in. I can get back in because I'm a parent of a Filipino child. Now, how long it's going to take me to do that, I don't know. In the process, I don't know. But if he can't help me, that's probably the way I'm going to go, Thomas, to be honest with you. Because, my ex-wife is talking real crazy right now. Imagine, and she's from the Philippines. Here's what she told me. It's too many restrictions to come there, and I can't afford 10 days in the quarantine. Knowing I'm going to pay for all of that, but that's okay. Hey, Paul Smith, he said the opening song reminds me of the Village People. Yeah, Paul, when I was growing up, I had no idea that the, YMCA and all that was talking about gay people and nothing like that. And even the Village People were supposed to be, a lot of them were gay. I didn't know, though. Hey, Helen Namino, she said, hi, Sunshine. I'm watching from Talisay City, Cebu. Let me give them these water containers, guys. Hold on. Now, I fill these up about every other day. These 25 pesos. Hey, mine's one time. And that's good water, guys. If you come over here, that's good water. It's a lot cheaper than that bottled water at the store. It's the same thing, really, to be honest with you. But yeah, the Village People, I didn't even know that was all, that was deep. I didn't even know it. Rams and Dodgers fans said, Calvin, are there a lot of healthcare programs marketed to the expats or just a few? Well, over here, if you go online, yeah, there's a bunch. But you have to be careful, Rams and Dodgers fans. You have to make sure that whatever plan that you decide on is accepted in the Philippines. See, that's why I want to talk about it today. Don't just buy any policy because a lot of them aren't accepted over here. But Helen Namino, she's from Talisay City, Cebu. That's like another big, it's like it's connected right in Cebu City. I consider Cebu City, but really it's its own city. And y'all need to check that out when you come here. Cal Deadman's in the house. Did you get a haircut? I'm asking again. Oh, okay, Michael Onstad is in here. Now, Rams and Dodgers fan just asked me a question, Michael, I want you to answer. He said, are there a lot of health insurance policies marketed to expats or just a few? Can you answer that, Michael? And Michael Onstad is our in-channel health insurance expert for the Philippines. He's got a Facebook page. It's called Healthcare in the Philippines. See, that's where you get all your questions. Because, see, I'm retired. He's not. He's got 32 years. I've got 18. He can really help you because I just start the conversation, guys. Daryl Fulmer said, get a generator for the brownouts in your new home. I am. And I may look into solar too. Because all I need is me a fan and, you know, my Wi-Fi and maybe lights if it happens at night. Because I tell you, man, the worst time to have a brownout is at night over here, guys. I promise you. You don't want that. It'll wake you out of your sleep. Jacob Tanjay said, Brother Calvin, the consolation videos were fire. Hey, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you guys, because I saw on my Facebook page where you commented on one of the videos, and I thought to myself, these women are getting more votes on their consolation videos than they did on their regular videos. Because I tell you, they look a whole lot better, don't they, Jacob? Paul Smith said, do you get the first rains? If it rains, not really, Paul. And that's the reason why I really like the Visayas region, the central Visayas, and like the western Visayas region where I'm living, because we don't get that real bad weather. I did experience an earthquake here in 2012. But if we do get hard rain, because I like hard rain, it puts me to sleep. Man, it only lasts, man, maybe 5 minutes. Because, you know, when you go on YouTube, a lot of the big views, the videos that get the most views are these rain videos. And so I was trying to do that one time, man. It just won't last long enough, Paul. But no, we don't get real bad weather here now. Some areas of San Carlos City, they do suffer from flooding, but we really don't get it. Michael Onstad said health insurance in the Philippines. Okay, Facebook group. There are a lot of choices here, but it's a minefield out there. Yeah, and that's why we need people like you, Michael. He said health insurance in the Philippines is his Facebook group, guys. Go on there and get your, don't come over here without nothing, guys. I promise you, especially if you plan on staying here. You know, Simply Aka says a beautiful rainy day in Florida. But no, Paul, I don't get the first rains. I wish we did. Hey, Luis Martinez, what's going on, brother? Also, I wanted to let y'all know, me and my girlfriend, we delivered the supplies today to the fire victims. We didn't make a video. I did post a picture on my Facebook page of what we took. We took 10 25 kilo sacks of rice. We took 10 tray of eggs, 40 bars of soap, and we took 8 packs of diapers. Now, they're still going to need laundry detergent. Because I asked them today, I went there and I looked around. They got plenty of rice now. They've got, stuff like that. But I asked the lady who was checking us in, they need laundry detergent, toothpaste, shampoo, more soap, conditioner, like that. John Wells said, I prefer flying into Cebu versus Manila. Yeah, it's like night and day. Oh, okay. Eric Terry says face-to-face and online. Okay. Cal Dedman said, Alaska's back to face-to-face. Well, I know a lot of my grandchildren are going back to school face-to-face. I just, I don't know. I know a lot of people and a lot of children in America, the schools are getting shut down because the teachers are infecting the kids, because I don't think a lot of the younger children have a vaccine yet, do they? That's okay, Bobby G. Said Calvin, sorry, brother. Let's talk soon. Let me know what's a good time. Okay, anytime really. Yesterday was a brownout, man. I was cooking in here. Miss Amy Almodio. She says, hello, I'm great there in San Carlos City. Thank you so much, Sir Calvin. Many people are happy there with sharing and bless, with you sharing your blessings with them. Good luck and God bless. Thank you, Miss Amy. But I tell you what, the locals here, they're doing a whole lot better than me. Trust me, these people have come out of the woodwork to help those people, because they lost everything. If you know anybody's ever lost anything in a fire, I mean, there's nothing that's salvageable. Rams and Dodgers fans, is a lot more expensive to fly in Cebu versus Manila from, say, Los Angeles. Well, I'll put it like this. Not really. It's probably going to be cheaper to fly into Manila, but you got to buy another plane ticket if you're going to Cebu anyhow. So just bypass Manila. It's not going to be that much more expensive. Okay. I flew, when I came here December the 5th, 2018. This is the cheapest ticket I've ever purchased, by the way. It was December now. Remember, that's usually when they go up, because a lot of the overseas Filipinos and returning Filipinos from abroad, they go home and they buy up all those seats. But I bought my ticket in October, 2 months, Rams and Dodgers fan. My ticket was about $600, my round trip ticket from Chicago to Cebu. The cheapest I ever did. Mr. G says, hey, Calvin, do people in the province understand Western humor? No, it's not going to go over well, Mr. G. They don't. Okay? I'm just being honest with you. It's not. But you did ask, so I'm telling you. Hey, Paul Abrams, thanks for that super chat. Say, hello, my brother. Hope things is good there. Here's something on that generator. I plan to come there when these are open. When they are open. Thank you, Paul. And yeah, we're probably going to have to get a generator initially. And because I'm going to look into that solar. I don't know how difficult that is over here. I know in America it's probably a lot simpler, but here, anything that simple in your country is a whole lot more complex over here. Hey, Ennis Montgomery, thanks for the super chat. He says, hey, big brother Calvin, keep making us proud, brother, and give this for the laundry detergent and supplies. Rockford, Illinois. Thanks, Ennis. I appreciate you, man, and your help and support. I told you I worked for Color Corporation, which was a division, a subsidiary of PPG, and their headquarters is in Rockford. I never made it to Rockford, though. Yeah, but Mr. G, they don't. He said, my contractor is half black and half Filipino. I call him a Philippine bro, a Philippine bro. He found it hilarious, but my Filipino wife didn't get it. Yeah, see? A Philippine bro. Man, let me write that down. That's funny. It's a lot of Philippine bros over here. Yeah, but they're not going to get it. You're not going to laugh at their jokes, and they're not going to laugh at yours. And just put it like that, guys. I hate to tell you that. Wait. I don't know all this. He says, hey, how are you from North Carolina? He says, wait for you, or wait forever for you or something. You know, I'm an old man, guys. I don't get all this stuff. Okay, Eric Terry. Simply Actors. Eric Terry said, get in contact with him. He says, y'all can go out to lunch, you and your husband. And this guy, you know, he's a big shot in Miami now. Hey, Ingram Davis, what's going on, brother? Thanks for the super chat. He said, just wanted to welcome all the new subscribers here. Thank you, brother. Yeah, I do that on all my videos. I forget to do it here. Thank you for reminding me. Welcome to all my new viewers and subscribers to my live streams. Because every single video I do, I welcome them. But thank you, Ingram, for reminding me. I need to do that. Cliff Peterson said, yes, I would love to buy a house there as soon as the country opens. I'm gonna tell you, if you're gonna buy a house, guys, I say build it. You're gonna get a better deal if you build it. Because I'm gonna tell you, man, you know, it's just crazy over here right now. And I don't understand. But they're raising prices during the pandemic here, but it seems like everywhere else, prices are going down. They're giving you some kind of deal, but over here it's not. It seems to me that that they're charging you more. Prices are rising over here during the pandemic. I'm letting you know that now. Daryl Foremost said, my wife asked why night brownouts are the worst for you. Because you can't go anywhere, Daryl. You can't go out to the park. You can't go. There's no escape. You got to sit in the house and burn up, really, basically. See, she says the daytime ones are the worst because the sun is at its highest. So she's curious why nights are worse when the nighttime is cool. Not here, it's not so cool. When those doors are shut and that air conditioner or fan goes off, man, yeah. See, you in the daytime, what people normally do here of brownout, Daryl, is we'll go to the beach, we'll go to yesterday. We bought the kids some chicken. We went to City Mall. We had to wait 20 minutes. It was packed. They go to the mall, to the beach, to the park, swimming. See, you can get out during the day, but the night you can't. Jacob Tanjay said at the Sunshine Crew, face-to-face only in Texas. The only exception is for kids less than 12 years of age. See, that's what I thought. Because they don't have any protection. Wonders of Life said vaccines for kids under 12 should be here in the fall. I would hope so, man. Hey, Island Fist, he said Navy News, we can line up our beards now. Wow. Now I'm thinking that, could you grow a beard back when I was in the Navy? I'm trying to remember. I don't think you could. No, I don't. As a matter of fact, you could. Cal Devin said, hey, Cal, all you need is a Honda 3000 just to run the fans and a light or two. That's all I need, Cal. Thank you for that. I'm going to look into that. A Honda 3000. I saw one where she bought her motorcycle, but I don't know. I didn't inquire about it. June B. Barden said, it's nice to hear that you're so kind to people, sir. Well, thank you, June B. Barden, but, you know, somebody did it for me. And, you know, I'm over here in the Philippines. People are struggling everywhere in the pandemic, but especially over here, man. I mean, you know, it's hard for me to walk past anything like that. Christine Selgus, you have the best health care. What, Phil Health, you mean? What are you talking about? Cal Demon said, when there's a brownout, we usually get in one room. Hell, I have learned something that you can do during a brownout, and I don't care what it is. Just lay still, because when you start moving around and your body heat, your body temperature starts to rise, you're in trouble. Hey, Eric Galbino, he said, God bless you, Sir Calvin. Thank you. Rams Dodgers fan said, guys, just watched several consolation videos on Sunshine Facebook page. They all look so cute, dressed and acting casual. Yeah, normal. And on that, okay, when we came back from taking the supplies to the evacuation center, man, okay, my girlfriend says, hey, we got to stop by the market, because she wanted to get some fish and vegetables and stuff, right? Because we go to grocery on Sunday anyway. But anyway, guys, I'm going to tell you. Remember I tell you I go to the market is where you're going to see all the women. It's the market on Sunday, though. You have to go on Sunday. I mean, man, it's crazy. And see, I left my phone at home. Otherwise, I would have started filming. It was ridiculous today. I've never seen so much in one place, man. What's going on, Freddie Sanders? Alexander Neverman said, what about a foreigner owning the land? People waking up over here. There are some things that you can do, Alexander Neverman. If you start a corporation, you have to look into it. Talk to a lawyer over here. There's a few different ways that you can own the land over here. Or just lease it, for 25 or 50 years or something like that. Same thing. But, all you have to do is to look into the history of the Philippines, and you'll understand why they're not letting foreigners own land over here, man. I mean, they spent 350 years under Spanish rule, and then another 50 years under American rule. Why in the world would they want, after going through all that, would they want to let foreigners come in and own land? This is one of those countries, man, where, we screwed these people over. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Now we fucked them over, guys, okay? And that's why they're not going to let you on land over here. And I don't blame them. JV said, I've seen what you're building, but I've been wondering any two-story homes in the Philippines. Absolutely. Hell, the right up from me is like a 3-story home. It's many of them. I mean, it's palatial houses here, JV. You wouldn't believe it. The wealth here, if you think the poverty is going to shock you, the wealth here is going to shock you too. I did a video way back about that. Healthy, wealthy, and wise is what I called it. And it's talking about the wealth over here. See, when we come over here in our Western thinking, we think, oh, this is a third world country. The Philippines is not a third world country. I keep telling y'all that. The in-between developing and developed. They're right in the middle. 27th largest economy. When you come over and see some of these malls and some of these cars and some of these houses and you see how rich some of these people are, it's going to shock you. You're going to be like, man, I thought the Philippines was poor. The country's not poor. It's a lot of poor people here. It's a lot of wealth over here, man. Yeah, there's plenty 2-story, 3-story, 4-story houses over here, JV, to answer your question. Mary Angeline Basan says, my name is Mary Angeline Basan. Okay, that's what I said. Mary Angeline Basan. Good morning. Let's see. June B. Barton says, how are you, Sir John Wells? Let me see. Okay, it's another thing I wanted to kind of school y'all on and put you up on. All right. When you're at a place like the mall, you're going to be at the marketplace, anything like that, and you wave down a tricycle driver, he might pass you up, right? But here comes another one that pulls up. No. Don't get in that one. Wait till this one turns around and come back and get you. I don't care if it's a pedicab, tricycle, or taxi cab. Whichever one you flag down, that's the one that you want to, hire. Don't, it's a sign of disrespect. Don't do it. Because it's very, very competitive over here when it comes to that. Okay? So don't do it. What are you looking for? What do you need? What are you looking for? Your mask?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's the Lola. She's going to the senior citizen meeting. But she doesn't look like a senior citizen today. Yeah, if you flag one down and he looks at you, that you make eye contact, that's your man. Just because the other one comes up, don't do it, guys. I promise you. They get you in trouble. Cal Dibman said, Cal, you can be addictive. Try not to look at this channel. You feel left out. Whatever. You're funny, Cal. When you get over here, man, I got something for you. Travel Mike, what's going on, brother? Thanks for the super chat. I'm not buying anything anymore that is not in just my name. I've lost everything twice and have rebounded. I'm not a Filipino, not even a condo. I don't blame you. If you worried about that, Mike, that's exactly what I would say. I told you there's three things that if you want to protect your money, you don't have to get a lawyer. You don't have to worry about them fancy laws. Stay single, number one. Number two, don't buy anything. Just rent. And number three, don't have no children over here. Okay, that's it, guys. I mean, really. Also, I've got something. I never tried this, y'all. It's called Rock Better. Now, this is an endorsement, but I'm going to try this. It's called Rock Better. Look at that. It says time, size, and pleasure. But this is different. Now, this damn thing, okay, I'm going to show you something. It's brand new, by the way. He sent it to me from Singapore. It's a male, enhancement. And I haven't tried it yet. This is different, though. This says suggested use is take one capsule daily, 30 minutes after meals. This little bottle right here is $100, man. Wow. And I'm going to let y'all know. I think this is like an overtime, maybe like a vitamin supplement type of thing. But this stuff isn't cheap. Hello, my Mbuntak over here. Although this is distributed by somebody in the United States, but it's called Rock Better. The functions, here's what it says. This is not me. This is what it says here. It says, solves impotency and the pre-ejaculation, increases size and hardness, increased semen volume and quality, whatever that means. Hey, Nifty, my neighbor. That's funny. See, they don't sugarcoat this instruction. So see if you think I'm playing. It says increase semen volume and quality. I'm going to ask my girlfriend about that, if that's true. Hey, Harold Teal said, what's up, Calvin? Late again for the show. That's okay. Brad Jones said the chassis is twisted. Cal Devin said the show addresses cohabitation. Yeah, that show that you're talking about, a must-see. Guys, please look at that. Yeah, if you're going to come over here and you're going to get all entangled, you're going to have an entanglement, then yeah, you need to look at that. And you need to get you a lawyer, but I wouldn't really worry about it because Filipinos, they don't handle business that way. If you screw a Filipino over, they're not going to court. You know where they're going. They're going to get those two men on that motorcycle. I already told you that. Queen's Place said, give it a try and get back to us. I'm going to try this to just see, because the other two things work, guys. I'm telling you, the tuxedo peel and the labouche, but they just work too well. See, I don't need the stuff. I love the John said, no beating around the bush, Cal. That's funny now. But yeah. Cliff Peterson said, yeah, rock steady. Yes, got rock better. JH said, translation, bigger loads, Cal. Okay, simply, like I said, the weather's crazy here, guys. It's raining crazy in Miami. But does it last for a long time? Rams and Dodgers fan says, for $100 a bottle, it better make you like a young bull. See, I didn't even know this stuff was that expensive, man. This stuff's expensive, guys. Hey, Bravo 290 says, I'm watching, Cal. Carlos Martinez says, I need it, LOL. Buffalo Dan says, so many emojis. The Filipinos are out in force tonight. Yeah, they've got all kinds. I don't know what she's got. Pineapples, strawberries. What's that mean? What's up, Freddie Sanders? What's going on, brother? It's my partner down there in Tampa, Florida. Well, are you in St. Petersburg or Tampa? Or is that the same? True King Gaming said, if I get any harder, she won't be able to take the test. What's up, MRC Hip Hop Promo? He said, peace, fam. Yeah, he's from Louisville, Kentucky. Did you go to the International Fest? Rayo 711 says, why not Viagra, Calvin? I don't need it. I promise you, I don't need it, guys. You know, and to the guy who said, man, you took that vaccine the other day, and you're going to have ED, erectile dysfunction. Two words that when you're over 50, you don't even want to even bring up, but he brought it up. But it's not true, guys. It didn't affect me. Michael, what's that? Zimhell. He says, hey, Calvin, how you doing? From Mike Zinhell from Toledo, Ohio. What's going on, man? That's up from where, is that up by where LeBron's from? But see, guys, here's what I'm going to tell you. If you're in the Philippines right now, I promise you. But see, I got to put this disclaimer out there. If I send you this stuff and something happens, you can't hold me responsible. I still got the whole tuxedo peel bottle in there, except for the one I took. And then the whole labouche, that candy is good, but I'm going to tell you, it works too good for me. I mean, she was laughing about it because it worked so much. Brad Jones said the Caliban. Yeah, that's what they'll call me. Hey, Pumpkin Joe's Philippine Experience. What's going on, brother? He's down there in Dumageddon. Check his channel out, too. Paul Smith said, Rayo, that's right. He says, good question. Most men will experience this problem at some time. Maybe there are some local remedies. Yeah. They got something called Tonkat Ali that they take over here that the Filipino men swear by. And that's a fact. Hey, Helen Nemino says, my boyfriend Jerry McLeod introduced you to me. Oh, okay, Helen, thanks. Is Jerry, is he back in the States now? Is that your boyfriend or your husband? Are you the one that, you're not the wife of Jerry that I met in Bacala at the immigration, are you? Are you it? Is that who it is? Yeah, Steve Yee. I'm really worried about her. I don't know what's going on with her. He's talking about Osaka's last match. I don't, maybe she, really, has some mental issue problems. But I had said from some time ago now, this doesn't really apply because the Filipino Canadian woman that beat Osaka was yesterday, whenever, I think it was Friday in America. She wasn't born and raised here. I said on one of my live streams, in the next decade, there's going to be a Filipino born and bred here that's going to crack that international stage in tennis because they can play over here. I'm just shocked it hasn't happened yet. There is one on the U.S. Junior Tour that's highly ranked, but I don't know if she was raised in America or raised over here, but there's going to be one born and bred here because they can play. And I mean, they play young, guys. I'm going to have a tennis tournament. I'm going to sponsor a tennis tournament October the 25th to October the 30th, just to give people something to do. They have them here all the time. Matter of fact, they got one next week here. So I'm going to have one in October. It's going to be a mixed doubles, 3 divisions, Class A, which is the top, the best, Class B and Class C. I'm somewhere in C, probably a C, really. You know, it just depends. I kind of play up to my competition. You know how it is. If you play against somebody better, it makes you better. But I'm basically a C, guys. Hey, Travel Mike, thanks for the super chat. He said, don't look like I'm going to be able to wait on the Philippines to open. Looking to get a ticket next week for Nicaragua for October. Check on my Nickas. Yeah, there's a guy on my website. No, not my website. My live stream. I hope he's on here today. He's from Nicaragua, Honduras, one of them. And he said that, I think he's in Honduras, not Nicaragua. He's Honduras, Mike. He said that's a great option for Westerners. He said it reminds you of the Philippines, he said. Paul Smith said, Jacob, ironic. She was the poised one when she defeated Serena. Yeah, I'm going to tell you something, guys, about when you get way up there like that. And I read about this. When you get so high, even in anything you do, you have that type of success. Some people can't handle success, you know. And I think that's what it's looking like with her. I mean, the pressure, I've always wondered, how can these athletes play in front of all these millions of people? I don't care how much you're paying them. And, you know, thousands in the arena, you know. But I know that they get some type of psychological training too. These teams do that. But a lot of people, and I think she's just having a hard time dealing with her success, guys. It's a lot of pressure on that. MRC Hip Hop Promo says, have I played on the clay courts in Chickasaw Park? I have. And I don't know if you know this, MRC Hip Hop Promo, but Louisville, Kentucky is only one of 2 places in the whole United States where you can play on clay courts for free. And I'm proud of that. Yeah, at some point, Mary is just, I'm gonna have to silence her. I'm sorry, Mary, but I'm just gonna have to remove a lot of you. I'm not gonna silence you, but I'm gonna have to do it because you're gonna get my channel in trouble doing all that. Hey, Terry Dale, what's going on? Yeah, let's see. I'm sorry. I had to do it to you, Mary. But yeah, see, Jacob Tanjay's right. He said now she has that weight of expectations. Then she was well under the radar. It's a lot of pressure on them people, man. You know, when you see people like Venus and Serena, you're not just looking at phenomenal tennis players. You're looking at phenomenal human beings. when you got that type of focus, and when you can, a lot of us, they say, well, the fear of failure, but there's also a fear of success. What if things work out? What if I get everything I asked for? Can I handle that too? Clayton Murray says somebody has a stall at the market selling veggies. Who does? Hey, Easy Go. He says, hey, Calvin, what's up, partner? I was wondering if your house is under your name and the land under your wife's name. If it isn't, can you tell me why? Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I own that house. She owns that land. But see, remember, guys, I don't want to bring that kind of worrying and stuff over here, Easy Go. I understand what you're saying. When you do something like that over here in the Philippines, you don't do it for the same reason you do it in America. I said, hey, I got $20,000. I had like $17,000 when I came over here to build a house. I never did, because, my wife and her mother and them, they just couldn't, they just had never seen, $17,000 at one time. So the thought of you spending it all on a house just blew their mind. So I never got around to it. So I saved a lot of that. And then when my channel got monetized, and, plus the pandemic now, you got to realize I'm not spending any money. I'm able to save more money now than I've ever saved in my life. I said, I'm going to build that house that I've always wanted to build. I'm going to build it for my daughter, because I'm 58. She's 1, and, see, when you start, getting technical about now, if it was a $5 million, 5 million peso house, maybe I would. But it just creates tension. It creates stress. I'm not going to recreate my life from there over here. Easy Go, if you can understand that. So I really don't care. If she took that house, once that house is finished, if she kicked me out and said, get the hell away from here, I'll go and build me another one. It's only $20,000. I mean, it's not a big deal. But that's not why I built it. I didn't build that. It's always been a dream of mine to do it. And she can't take that from me, no matter what. But no, I didn't. I'm not worried about who owns this and who owns that. I don't do it. David B said, what's the temperature, Calvin? Let's see. John said something so funny the other day. He said, every day it says the same thing on here. And it does. I'm going to find the temperature in San Carlos. It's 29 degrees Celsius, a chance of rain 60%. They always say that. So now let me see what 29 degrees Celsius is. Okay, wait. To Fahrenheit, that would be 84 degrees right now, David B. But it doesn't feel that bad right now, because we got a little breeze coming up over here. But yeah, guys, if you want to worry about, and that would be a good question to ask Pumpkin Joe's Philippine Experience, because he has a 5.5 million peso house. How do you feel about it, Pumpkin Joe? Are you worried about who owns that house and who owns the land? Talk to us, man. Help us. Because see, I didn't, I'm not into all of that, Clayton Murphy said your house is looking fine, Calvin. Yeah. And I've got the engineer's contact information. I'm going to start putting it in the descriptions. And I'll put in the description of one I did for Friday. And that way, anybody who wants to contact him, because I think they're doing a fabulous job, man. And some of you guys do too. And I think he's happy about that. I'd like to see him get some extra business from that. Let me see what the dollar is right now. Somebody said it's 49.9. Yeah, it's 49.88. Excuse me. David B said, yeah, 20,000 is 2 years low income rent. Yeah, in the USA. Yeah, I was spending, when I left America, I was spending that my rent, it just went up to $940 a month, David B. So yeah, you're right. Niels Brown said, Calvin, are you going to put a fence up on your property? Absolutely. Not a fence. It's going to be a wall with the gate looking thing like this. Okay? And that's because everybody over here does it, Niels Brown. It's not because I'm trying to be some kind of be different or something. You know, it's just that everybody here does it, so I'm going to do it. I've never rented a place here in the Philippines, nowhere. Even when I was staying in the squatters area down in Zamboanga City, her mother had a wall around their house. It's just something that they do. I would feel naked. Tito Cha says 20,000 pesos. No, it's 20,000 US dollars. He said, hell, I can afford to build one for my lady and walk away if she lose her man. Yeah, see, but you have to understand, I just always, I was married for 18 years to my American wife. She acted a complete donkey during this divorce, man. I had to give against my sister's wishes. And if I could do it all over again, I would not have done this. I gave my house back to the bank. She was not going to leave. We tried to get her a loan, get her to take out the loan and take it out of my name. You can have all the equity and everything. She wouldn't do that. Somebody had told her that in the process of a divorce, she could get the house and I would have to pay for it. Now, I don't know who she was talking to, but obviously they didn't know what they were talking about. But I gave it back to the bank, and ever since then, from that day to this day, I said, I'm going to build me a house and it's just going to be mine. I'm not going to owe the bank. Nobody's going to come and knock on my door and get this house back. And this is simply what I'm doing over here, man. $20,000, guys. Y'all know it's not a lot, man. Hell, I don't understand it. Pumpkin Joe says, I have the house, he owns that, and the land leased to me for 25 years. I really don't care, though, to be honest. I bought this house for my wife and daughter, not for myself. See, and if you want to sleep better at night, guys, don't bring all them worries over here. I promise you. It's not worth it. That's why you leave. That's why I left. I don't want all that. Oh, have to get a lawyer for everything. And I don't want that, man. It's not worth it, guys. Wonders Life said, I'm not sure why it's necessary to watch the doctor. It's just something we do. He said, not sure if that is what dictates when to buy the necessity. No, it doesn't. It's just something that we do. Because when I came here, it was almost 54, But, it does affect you, though, Wonders of Life. Imagine if you send yourself $1,000, it matters. Okay, if it's 51 days that you decide to send it, and then the next day it goes down to 49, yeah, you've lost 1,000 pesos. David B said, "Man, was 1,400 last place I lived. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, rent is high, and I live in Louisville, Kentucky. It's not exactly a metropolis, and I lived in, a middle class neighborhood, Shively." And, it was a diverse community, I was paying $900. Right before I left, they decided to jack it up to $940. Freddie Sanders said you can even build a prefab for less over here. Yeah. I didn't want to go that cheap. I wanted a legitimate house, man. And you can do that in the Philippines. You can do a lot of things over here for a fraction of what you can do in America. You know, you can live the life the same life you're living now over here just about. And there's going to be some things you're not going to be able to get, but not a whole lot, guys, depending on where you live. And there's some trade-offs, and I can easily deal with those trade-offs, you know. And live just as good as you can at home, man. I'm telling you, man, I don't miss my lifestyle at home. Do I miss America? Yeah, I miss it. You know, the convenience a lot of times, you know, my friends and my family, but I don't miss my lifestyle at all. Cal Deadman said, to the viewers, please be respectful of others on this channel. We, the NTZ, are watching to keep it clean. Thank you. Yeah, that has a lot to do with the cursing, guys, and let's not go at each other, no name calling. Harold Till said, Calvin, do you have or use credit cards from America? I've got 4 credit cards, but I only use one. I only use my Discover card. It's got like a $500 limit, Harold, and I only use it at the grocery store, at the mall. That's it. And that's because it's not charging me any international fees or anything like that. And it's $500. And it's made my credit go up a lot. Over 92 points since I've been here. My credits went up 92 points in 3 years. Really more than that, because, you know, your credit score changes every week. I just haven't checked it. But yeah, because what I'll do is, okay, like, if I'm going to go to the store today, Harold, and I'll spend maybe $75 or $80, right? I never spend more than that because the grocery cart is full. Okay, so then what I'll do is once it registers, once, you know, the credit card, you know, it comes up and it says, you know, I'll pay it. I mean, before it's due, I just pay it. Derek Greenway said, hey, Calvin, I'm thinking the way to go is to do the Filipino mortgage so you won't get screwed. Yeah, that's what I do, and that's what most people do. And a lot of times, Derek, they're going to ask for a third down anyhow. And you have to understand that I was fortunate, man. I put it out there in the universe. Just send me somebody I can trust. Because all I've got is this. This is all I've got. You got to do it right. You got to do it on budget. You can't cheat me. And I was able to get a gentleman, man, you know, because this guy, David B, said, your cement walls are great, Calvin, for many reasons. I mean, if you see this house and the way that they're building it by spec, man, he's not cutting any corners, man. And I'm just so thankful. Cal Deadman says, I have an 810 credit score. That means nothing in the Philippines. Yeah. We talked about that, me and John. He said, now I will not purchase anything else in America before I depart. Yeah, it don't mean anything over here. It's a cash society, basically. Pumpkin Joe's Philippine Experience says, if I didn't have a family, I would never have bought a home. I would rent it because it's so cheap to do so. Yeah. I have a wife and daughter, though, so at this point in my life, everything's for them. And that's the way I looked at it, Pumpkin Joe. And see, it's just hard for us. It takes a while to get over here and get your thoughts acclimated to the Philippines. You still, that first 1 year, 18 months, something like that, you still running on Western thinking. It's hard for me to imagine doing something like that. But, you know, I don't want all that stress and strain. Oh, I got to get a lawyer. Whose land is it? You know, I don't need all that. Alexander Neverman said, will you get an outdoor grill? Yeah, we've got one, but I'll probably get a better one. Paul Smith said, Cal Deadman, credit scores are only meaningful if you want to borrow money. Always stay out of debt. Yeah. You don't want to borrow money over here. You don't want to borrow money here. You don't want to lend money here, okay? Belizean Evans says, Calvin, how the hell do you blow $7,000 a month over there in the Philippines? It was 2 months. Was you giving away money? And it's funny that you say that because I did. I gave away about $500 in that 2 month because remember, this is early on in my Philippine experience, maybe the second or third time I came over here. And man, you know, that poverty that you see, man, it strikes you down. And in my mind, you know, I was giving away 500 pesos like it was nothing, man. And, you know, the woman who was with me was like, wow, she was looking, because to me, it was only $10, Belizean Edward. But, you know, because I didn't know any better, man, hell. For some people, that's 2 or 3 days' salary. I just give, man, you know, people are looking at me like, wow, this guy's crazy. Believe it or not, yeah, but if you come over here and you get entangled with a woman and you have children, which me and Pumpkin Joe, see, our situations are similar, except he's married. See, you know, you want to do that, but if you come over here and you don't want to, if you worrying about your money and your finances, then don't get married. Don't buy a house or build a house, and certainly don't have children. Then you don't have anything to worry about. But, you know, I put the cart before the horse, really, man. I'm going to tell you something. I didn't think I could have any more children. Man, you touch these women over here, they get pregnant, man, you know. Yeah, David B, 5'6" is bad news. But, I mean, you don't even want these little, because you remember how America used to be? You have these little finance companies everywhere you go, in the strip mall, on the corner. They still like that over here. And you can borrow against your Social Security over here, your retirement, different things over here. Randy Parker said, did the 20,000 house include guest room you mentioned? No, that's going to be separate. That's going to be something I'm going to have to build. The design, he put that guest house in the design, though, Randy. This is why I like this engineer so much. So I wouldn't have to go back and do all of that and, you know, get all the approvals and building permits and all of that for it. He put it in the original plan that he filed with the city. So all I got to do, and whatever equipment's left over on that house, that's mine. We're going to use that to start. I'm going to use that same crew, and then we're going to build. It's not going to build the whole thing. I'm going to have to spend some more money, maybe another $2,000 probably, you know. Joseph Relaford said, my buddy had a boy at 62. He said the same thing you said, LOL. Yeah, because see, there's a lot of them. Remember, we're in this Catholic society over here. They're very, you know, against birth control and all that stuff. And, you know, they haven't polluted their bodies with all that stuff that we do over there. Now, they're starting to get like that a lot, though, you know, with these injections and there's pills and stuff because, you know, teenage pregnancy is a problem here as it is everywhere. And they're trying to get a hold on that. But for the most part, if you meet a woman, you know, she's not going to be on any kind of birth control. Hey, Elena, for real, she said, hey, Calvin, how are you considering using solar panels in your new home? I have. It's something I'm going to look into. Initially, I'm going to buy a generator, though, okay? Oh, come on, man. Pumpkin Joe said, Pumpkin Joe's Philippine experience says, hey, Cal, are you including a man cave? No home is complete without one. No. My room is going to be my man cave, but when nobody's in that guest room, that's going to be my man cave, man. I promise you. Pierre Parfait says, I had a vasectomy before I went to the Philippines. Smart. See, okay. And I might do a video on that because I never even considered that. I don't want anybody fooling with me down there. I don't trust doctors and hospitals anyway. And it's so much negligence going on. I just didn't want to do it. But it's something that, it's an option for a lot of men. Me growing up, we never even talked about it. I never even knew anybody. I was grown, and I found out, I was in my 40s when I found out 2 of my nephews had it done. Yusuf Amar Habib says if they're against birth control, they're against the pulling out method. No, that's what they use over here, but evidently it looks to me like the Filipino man isn't so good with that pull out method. And, that's the whole point. You want to use the pull out method, but it gets so good over here, man. I tell you. And, not trying to be too cringy or nothing, but they don't want you to pull out, really. It starts feeling good to them, and then they'll say, oh, leave it in. Sam Champion says some serious buffering on my end. Yeah, because, man, it's not doing it. Anybody else? Oh, wow, Chester Stour says, hi, Calvin. I just arrived in the Philippines a few hours ago, and I will start researching our 3-year bill plan for me, my wife, and stepdaughter. Your videos are an integral part of our planning. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. That will be a perfect size house for you and, your wife and stepdaughter. And there's going to be 5 of us in there, and there's still going to be plenty of room. Trust me. I love the chance to say, evidently, Calvin. Yeah. Excuse me. Brad Jones says, I'm hoping to get a bionic peenie within the next decade. There's a couple of guys on here that, were able to survive that prostate cancer, and they're having some issues. I had when I was married to my American wife, her first cousin, as a matter of fact, he had a lot of kids, and then all of a sudden, man, he had prostate cancer. He survived it, but he had some issues, and they were sending him all kind of stuff in the mail, and he told me, now I don't really know how this is, but he told me that the doctors told him that after a year, everything's back to normal. Does anybody out there have any experience with that? Clayton Murphy says the $6 million peenie. Yeah. Pumpkin Joe's Philippine experience. Yeah, Paul Smith, prostate issues, every man's nightmare. Yeah. If you're over 40, guys, you got to get that done. I would get it done there. I don't know if I'd be comfortable enough letting them, stick their hand in my butt here. Believe it or not. To be honest with you. Because Filipinos, man, they gossip too much, man. I don't care who it is. There's no HIPAA over here, guys. I'm telling you now. There's no HIPAA. All right? Okay, Cal Devin says I'm working on the 3rd prosthetic. What are you? So what's that doing? I mean, what do you mean, Cal? Talk to us. Harold Till said they checked the blood for that now. Yeah. It was something that we still need to do, Harold. And plus, I would get a second opinion because I saw some crazy statistics on that. That, something like 1 out of 15 women who have their breasts removed don't need it. And I think it's even higher than that with this prostate, man. A lot of men don't really need it. They get they need a second opinion, man. I tell you that right now. Paul Smith said, Calvin, that's funny. Wouldn't be comfortable in the pH. Yeah, because they don't have any PHI over here. They don't have any HIPAA over here. Yeah, I don't want. Yeah, you're right, Clayton Murray. Don't fool with me. I don't want that. And some people have. I think John had it done. I've never considered, man. I don't want it. Sam Champion says that Travel Mike, that's more painful than the procedure. Saw a reversal on Discovery Channel. Don't think I could tolerate that. Yeah. I mean, everybody has their own reasons for doing it. And, to be honest with you, the women say that when you have that done, your sperm is not the same or something, from what I heard. And believe it or not, I don't know why, but women like seeing all that kind of stuff. Elena for real said, did the engineer contractor you hired took care of everything, including applying for building permits, etc.? Yeah, good question. And see, that's the reason why I did it, Elena for real. Now we had to fill it out, the information, of course, but yeah, he applied for all of that. Bought the materials, hired the crew, looks over their shoulder to make sure they're doing it the right way, make sure that nothing's walking away from the site. That's why you hire engineers. See, time is money to me. The house probably, if I could have did it myself, I probably, he gets paid for doing what he's doing. I couldn't begin to guess, but I would say I would have saved maybe a quarter of that, Cal Dedman says, I didn't ask for cancer. It chose me. He said, guys, when it's your turn, you have two choices. Which do you choose? Yeah. And we're not putting you down, brother. I'm ridiculing you or anything like that. We're just saying, I tip my hat to you, really. Clayton Murphy said, my brother had a vasectomy, then had it reversed. 3 more kids later, it worked. Oh, okay. Derek Greenway said, hey, Calvin, the winner of the contest, she was smoking. It's some beautiful women over here. I only scratched the surface this first time. The next time, it's going to be a lot different because I think I'm going to want to put that prize money up there a little bit more to draw some more women out. And then go on my channel and look at these consolation prize videos. Hell, they look better than the damn. I'm thinking to myself, hell, if you'd have sent this in, you might have won the damn contest. I don't know what they were doing with this TikTok stuff, man. People over here can't do nothing without TikTok. Crazy. Oh, wow. Pierre Parfait said my vasectomy was an in-office visit, 20 minutes. Went back to work 2 days later. I still, okay. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't know it was that simple. Oh, absolutely, Cal, because I tell you what, like you said, you got 2 options. You either pushing that pump or you pushing up daisies, either one. Yeah, Yusuf Amar Habib says, I hate TikTok, so dumb. But I mean, I'm saying, send me in a video, tell us your name, where you from. Everybody sends in TikTok. And I'm like, can't you do anything without TikTok? Yeah. That's what I'm saying, Travel Mike. We just scratched the surface because, cause I went to the swimming pool the other day and I asked two women because they knew who I was. They said, "Your Sunshine Show." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Why didn't y'all join the beauty contest?" And guess what they said? "We're too shy for that." See, even when you raised it up, when I raised it up to 10,000, it increased. Okay, remember I only had 20 contestants. And the gentleman is a gentleman here he lives up in Vico region. He said, "Hey, Calvin, I'd like to double that prize." He said, "You think that would help?" I said, "Yeah." And so that doubled the contestants. 10,000, man. Imagine that. That's a lot of money, guys. Okay, over here under any circumstances, and especially for a beauty contest. A regular beauty contest here in the Philippines, right here in San Carlos, they're not gonna give you a $10,000 prize. That's a fact. But they wouldn't do it. So I don't understand it. Wonders the Life said if it's longer than 20 minutes, you're on a date. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just afraid of stuff like that. Okay, John Gomez says, "Hey, Calvin." He said, "Hello, everyone. My wife is monetized in that dumb-ass TikTok." Yeah. Well, she's doing good. Because a lot of people over here is not, they're not monetized, but they're trying to be. See, going viral over here, guys, is like the retirement plan or something. Because you go viral over here, it's a lot of money, and you set for a while. Brad Jones said, "Did Barbosa win the contest?" No, her name was Chrissa Faith Duhalungside. She was from Zamboanga. But if you go on my Facebook page now and you see these consolation prize videos where they showing, "Hey, thank you, Sunshine Shoulders, for the consolation prize." And you're going to say, "Was you in the contest?" And they were, but they send these old TikTok videos. You don't really see who they are for real. They got all this filter and stuff, but then when they send you the regular one on their phone, they look so much better. And I was wondering, why didn't you just send that to begin with? You might have won the contest. But they didn't. Yes, one other thing I wanted to bring up to y'all guys over here. Don't take anything for granted over here, especially the language. We take for granted, we say, "Oh, well, so much of the Filipino population knows English." Well, really, they don't. When you're dealing with these tricycle drivers, pedicab drivers, a lot of the taxi cab drivers, they don't speak English, guys. And you're going to have a hard time. And of course, you can't speak the language either, So learn as much of the language as you possibly can. But if you don't think communication is a problem, man, you're going to see how big it is when you come in contact with somebody who doesn't understand what you're saying and you don't understand what they're saying. And that's why I tell you, it's very important if you're going to date a woman over here, no matter what she looks like, that she knows that she speaks English, man. If not, it's not gonna work, guys. That will give you a headache. John B says, "No matter which health plan you get, it's 10 to 100 times cheaper than the U.S. and probably better quality depending on where you go." I would hope so. Now, unless you get a policy from one of those U.S. companies, because Cigna has a policy over here. It's ridiculous. It's so expensive. It was something like $400 or $500 a month or something like that. Terry Dale says, "Avoid using any slang. They don't know any of that." No. But I mean, okay, today, I went and I flagged down 2 tricycle drivers because it's going to take 2 to take these supplies. One for the supplies and one for us. Oh, it was like pulling teeth. Okay, so I said, I need both of y'all. Well, one was getting ready to take off. I said, hey, I need you. And then I get out and talk to him. Then the other one's going the other way trying to run off. I said, I need both of y'all to come to my house. And then I got to tell my girlfriend, go out here and talk to him and tell him what I need, And by that time, man, hell, I got a headache, and it's tough, man. We take it for granted because we're at home and you understand people completely. But over here, it's different because you don't know their language either. Alexander Neverman said Pacific Cross is better for sure. But see, is that something that you know or just something you heard, Alexander Neverman? I'd like to, because Jose in Luzon says he's got a policy for $610 a year from that. And he's 58 years old. I'd really like to see that policy because that would be a policy that we should all have, guys. Yeah, OnlyFans. Cal Devin says these girls are making bank. Well, hell, they're not making any more bank than these women on these damn dating sites. I'm telling you now. There's a woman over here who got millions and probably didn't show nothing for it. Yeah. Harold Till said, Calvin, why they didn't Bobcat your lotto first? They don't have to, Harold. This is the Philippines, man. These guys are phenomenal the way that they do stuff. Do you see how that house is now? They didn't need to do it. Terry Dale said, any truth, the rumor of Philippines Airlines going bankrupt. Now, they already filed bankruptcy. They're not going bankrupt. They filed bankruptcy, and then they turned around and raised $655 million more dollars. But, yeah, they filed for bankruptcy because, man, listen. As a matter of fact, I'm glad you brought that up. Okay. According to the Bureau of Immigration, inbound passengers to the Philippines is down 70%. Due to restrictions, it's very few of these airlines that are really making it, man. They're running on fumes, really. And when you file bankruptcy, man, that doesn't mean anything. That don't mean you don't have any money. Thanks for the super chat, Michael Onstedt. Now, he's the insurance agent. He says a good peso plan costs less than help for an expert. Now, what's a good peso plan, Mike? Give us some information. Well, Brad Jones says OnlyFans has banned sexual content. But I thought they reversed that, Brad. But anyway, he said girlfriends everywhere have to get a job. Well, if these women catch the right foreigner online on one of these dating sites, she'll never have to work again. I promise you. I know a couple of cases where the women have gotten millions of pesos and they've never even met the man before. I don't know if they've showed them anything or not, but hell, still, I get naked. You send me 2 million pesos, I get naked. Joshua Mason said they reversed the ban. That's what I thought. So, yeah. Hey, Jay Torres said, holla, Calvin, does the Philippines provide free health care insurance for Filipino seniors? They do. Yes, they do. Absolutely. Dental, too. And you get 20% off everywhere. You get a senior citizen card. Yeah, Jay Torres. Chester Stower said the plane I just arrived on 5 hours ago was between a half and 1/3 full. Did you fly Philippine Airlines, Chester? Yeah, Joshua Mason. They're making some serious money on OnlyFans. But you better be a bad mamma jamma. And you see where that young lady got killed the other day, too. One of her fans killed her and then killed himself. But hell, he killed, according to the police, he died of blunt force trauma. Now, who is crazy enough to kill yourself that way with a blunt force trauma? Yeah, you might as well just eat the bullet, man. Hell, I ain't gonna beat myself to death. Travel Mike, thanks for that super chat. He said, my Social Security said 1,800 if I retire at 62. I worked 35 years and stopped working at 50. Will it stay the same if I don't work anymore, or will it decrease? It's probably going to stay the same. Well, I don't know, because remember, how old are you now? Remember, they go by the last 10 years or something like that, and they average that out. Hey, Jane V. Credo, he said, hi, Sir Calvin. Good day, all. Mr. K, good day, brother. Oh, wow. Clayton Murray said, it broke my heart hearing about those people drowning in their basement apartments in New York and New Jersey. That was flash flooding. Wow. Oh, Travel Mike said he's 52. Okay. Yeah, it's probably going to change. You know, believe it or not. Not a whole lot, but they got some kind of the system that they use, Mike. Okay, here I'm gonna send. Here's my date of birth, Mike. I'm gonna send it to you now. There it is, Mike. But I'm just saying, can you give us a few names of companies? Of course, you know, it's best to go through you. Okay. But you know, people, they're going to always go around and, you know, they're going to mess themselves up when they do that. Joshua Mason said the amount will stay the same, but 1,800 would be worth way less in 12 years when you're 62. Yeah, I wouldn't say way less. It depends on where you live. In America, of course. But if you had 1,800 a month in the Philippines in 2009 when I first came, you know, will it be worth less here now? Yeah, but not a whole lot less. John Gomez said, yes, Calvin, lots of damage in New York City and New Jersey. But I'm trying to figure out, were they going down in their basements to get away from the storm? Is that how they ended up drowning? But Paul Smith says, are you going to do a video on homicides? I've already done one. Am I remembering correctly? Chuck W. says it would stay the same if we worked 40 years. They base it on the highest 35 years you made money. Oh, okay. Thanks, Chuck. Oh, okay. Michael Onstead. That's not bad right there. $14,407 annual for $500,000 coverage. Now, you got my email, Mike, right? I need to see what that covers, though. I need some, here's my email. I need some particulars on that. I mean, I don't want an accident policy, obviously. Okay, Edward Bland said, no, some people have apartments in New York in the basement. Oh, wow. Thomas Donaldson said that the politics are getting crazy here. Yeah, plan to move there as soon as that opens up. Make $4,500 a month in retirement with a military pension. Just turned 63. Yeah, if I was you, yeah. And you see how crazy it is. I told you the closest thing you see me to getting hot was the other day, me and John. See, that's why I'm glad I'm left America. And that's why I can't be around John all week. He'll say something that will set me out like that. I don't like that, talk about that stuff. See, that's why I like it over in the Philippines. They don't deal with that stuff all the time like that. They don't bring that stuff up, because, man, we'll argue about anything, man. J.H. said, Cal, this is why we need a private Facebook group. For what? Hopefully not talking about politics, because I don't want to talk about that. Wow, Clayton Murray said they got trapped because the water just fell out of the sky like the Niagara Falls, and it rose real fast on the pavement. Paul Smith said, will people surrender Medicare when they move? May want to rethink that. Yeah, I wouldn't. I would keep it because, especially, you got to realize Guam is 4 hours from here. Anything may happen. You may have to go back home, even for a visit. Okay. Not only that, you've worked for the Medicare. Don't surrender your Part B. Your Part B is 95% of your insurance. People say, well, I don't need Part B. I'm going to the Philippines. Well, now you go back home. You done surrendered your Part B. Now you're going to need it when you get home. So you got to reapply only at certain times of the year. Then they're going to put a penalty on you, and you're going to pay that penalty for the rest of the time you're on Medicare. Don't do it, guys. It's not worth it. Hey, Road to the Philippines, thanks for that super chat. He said, hey, Calvin, it's great catching your live stream. If you pass through Kansas City, shoot me a text. I have an extra room at my place. You can stay as long as you need. You can do your live stream from my porch. Thanks, Danny. That's Road to the Philippines, guys. Let's support Danny, man. I mean it, guys. I'm a supporter of his, and he doesn't have to give me super chats, man. I promise you. This guy's funny. He's hilarious. He doesn't even know he's hilarious. He goes back and forth with the trolls. I don't do it. He does, and he's got a beautiful woman over here, and they give him hell about it because I think you built a house over here, right, Danny? He did a lot in his 3 weeks when he was over here. He could do a video on that, Danny. All that you got done in 3 weeks over here. He set the Philippines on fire in 3 weeks. Hell, you think the 7,000 I spent in 2 months, he got me beat. But yeah, he's a regular Joe, guys, just like me. And a lot of y'all are going to relate to his stories. That's why I send you over there. I wouldn't send you over there just to say, all right, go on over there. You're going to relate to his stories, guys. I mean it. Wonders of Life said, you need Part B. I get penalized for the remainder of your existence. Absolutely. It's not worth it, man. You worked your life for that. What is it? $100-something a month. Man, you better keep that Part B. Medicare is good insurance, whether you realize it or not. Don't let these insurance agents scare you. Oh, you need a supplement. Oh, you need this, need that. And there's so many different options with your Medicare now. But you only can are able to access those options with your A and B. Thanks, Michael Onset. He said sent. And one of them is the Medicare Advantage. You need Part B to get that Medicare Advantage, which will give you dental. Because, see, I got to recertify on that every year. Some of these plans, man, they're giving $3,000 worth of dental every year. Unlimited eyeglasses every year. Hearing aids. Stuff that your original Medicare doesn't give you. But you best keep that Part B, man. Don't give it up. Hey, Jay Torres said, here's a little help with the puppy dog food that's taking care of your house. Yeah, thanks, brother, for that super sticker. We're going to take some more stuff over there today. They said he ate that food because he was walking around a little bit. He had a little bit more pep in his step yesterday. Old Rodriguez said, who did you say we could relate to, Calvin? Road to the Philippines, Danny. He's got he's a vlogger about the Philippines. I think his girlfriend is from Davao area. Steve Yee said it. Michael Onstead, what is a peso plan? Thanks. Yeah, because Mike, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna buy that from you. Hell, that's less than my field help account. I'm paying $17,000 for that. Yeah, Jeremy Johnson said, what good is Social Security if you're waiting for 62 or 65, you die before then or shortly afterwards? Yeah. What's that YOLO? I keep forgetting what that means. It's something like, I forgot what that means. Wong Hun Lo said, Calvin, could I be shipped over there in about $9? Yeah, you could. You wouldn't make it. Your body's going to make it over here. You're not. Your spirit's going to be somewhere out in the universe somewhere, I guess. Alexander Neville, man, that is pesos. 14,000 pesos, yeah. Brad Jones, Calvin, Papa Roach. I think that's a group, isn't it? Yeah, Pumpkin Joe says as a vet, you can get a lot of that stuff, eyeglasses, etc. from the VA, but it's only located in Manila. I can't travel there right now due to the pandemic. Yeah, we're talking about regular people because a lot of people come over here, Pumpkin Joe, are not veterans. And see, remember, guys, this 65 retirement age is not something they took out of the clear blue sky. Look it up if you don't believe me. When they started all this stuff, your life expectancy at that time was 65. It's not like the government's doing you some kind of favor. They knew that once you retired, you wasn't going to enjoy it, even if you lived to be 65. My father died at 61. My mother died at 62. Okay? All right? It lets you know. Hey, Iskandari, he says, good morning, brother. Got my appointment today. The ban's been lifted, so I'll be home end of the month. Yeah, I saw that. They lifted the ban on the UAE. And that's only, but you be careful when you get over here, man. Practice the COVID protocol, bruh, because it's spiking over here where you live anyway, up in that NCR. Norris Bethke says, do you have a med plan for 70 plus, Mike? Oh, yeah, Randy Park. He said, I'm the same age as you, Calvin. That's a good price. Let's check into it. I certainly am. If I like what I see, hell, I might get it today. Because like I said, I'm paying $17,000 a year for this field health, which is in pesos. But because I paid the whole year up, it's effective immediately. Now, how long would I have to wait, Mike, before I can use that? That's the problem. Michael McFarland said, VA Manila only good if you're at least 30% service-connected disability. If you're not, you get nothing. Thanks, brother, for bringing that up. Alexander Neverman said, Calvin, they're going after YouTube in Colombia for 30% in taxes. They're going to try to do something like that here, I'm pretty sure. But what trips me out about that, Alexander Neville, man, is this. Taxation without representation. I would not mind paying taxes over here if you're going to give me a permanent Philippine residence, a permanent resident visa, at least, but if you're going to charge me 24% or whatever it is, and then, of course, I got to pay another. My taxes usually run about 25% my 1099 taxes in America, then hell, I'll be like a lot of these other Filipino vloggers. That I'll be doing my vlog from Houston, Texas, hell, Tampa, Florida. Then I don't get it, man. You know, I know that pandemic is having a hard time on these governments, man. But they reaching, man. They really reaching, coming after people like that. Yeah, OSC Mont says, hey, Calvin, did you hear Oscar De La Hoya's in the hospital for the COVID virus? He said he knocked him on his butt. He can't understand why, because he was in perfect shape and mental condition. Well, that's what he says. You know, he's got a history of alcoholism and drug addiction, and I'm pretty sure that has something to do with your immune system. But, yeah, I heard about that. I saw it today. Oh, okay. JH, thanks for that super chat. Check out the Facebook group. Idea would be to share info and for real Sunshine Show supporters. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to do that then, Jay. And I'll send everybody information. Iskandari says, I'm used to it, brother. I follow it here like crazy. Yeah, you follow it there, but see, they don't follow it here. I was in the pharmacy today, and I'm like, I promise you that from the counter to the wall wasn't 3 foot. And here comes some lady, squeezing by me in the counter. I'm like, what's up with the social distancing, guys? David Vargas said the P had a healthcare insurance consultant on one of her channels. Well, we've got one on right now too, David Vargas. His name is Michael Onstad. And he hasn't said anything about Pacific Cross, but a lot of people have said Pacific Cross supposedly has the best and it's transferable to other countries. Now, Jose and Luzon said he's got Pacific Cross, $610 a year. Which would be at a little bit over 30,000 pesos a year. But he says he's getting 1.5 million pesos coverage, which is great. But you don't have to go on P's channel. We got an health insurance expert right here, guys. And we respect her, but she's not the only channel on YouTube, guys. Okay. No, Ricky Swift. Medicare Part B doesn't cover your stay in the hospital. Part A covers your stay in the hospital. You always I would keep my Part B anyway, because 95% of your coverage now is outpatient care, guys. You see the guy came on here and said he had his vasectomy done in office, 20 minutes he was gone. Now, if that was covered under Medicare, that would have been a Part B procedure. And most of the procedures now, you're talking about, man, a lot of people, when they're having these knee replacements and stuff, man, they're not even being in the hospital 24 hours. Michael McFarland says he pays for Part A. Now, you don't pay for Part A. If you work 40 quarters, the government gives you Part A for free. Well, you pay taxes for 10 years. You get that. There's no premium. Now, can you pay a premium if you didn't work the whole 40 quarters? Yes, you can. But Part B is usually the only part you pay for. And then depending on your income, some of you guys can get your Part B paid for by the government. They call it a subsidy. But that's something you'd have to check with your state Medicaid department. And Ingrid Davis said, you done gone full-blown Filipino kuya. Yeah. Oh, okay, Pacific Cross, that is. Yeah. Paul Smith said, I wonder how many returned to USA due to health complications. I would say not a great percentage. But see, a lot of us, we wait too late when we come over here. Or that's why I told you to ask the question, am I physically able, mind, body, and spirit, to even come over here? I always suggest to you guys, not because I pulled it out of the clear blue sky, because I did it. Before you come over here, go get a physical. Do it at least 2 months, 3 months before. That way, if they find something, he can start treating you for it before you ever even make it over here. But hell, to be honest with you, a lot of us guys haven't been into the doctor in years. We don't know what's going on. We're afraid what they're going to find. Edward Bland says, do Medicare pay for you if you're not in the country? Only in the original Medicare pays the continental, the United States, all 50 states, and then like for emergencies, like in Mexico, the Caribbean, the Virgin Islands, different places like that. And then they'll do that on a reimbursement situation. But if you come to the Philippines, no. Now, Medicare Advantage has some worldwide coverage for, depending on the policy, and, for emergencies, urgent care like that. It's on a reimbursement, though. You got to pay, and then they're going to pay you whatever their policy says they're going to pay you. Yeah, Ricky Smith said, sorry, you're right. Keep both part A and B because you never know when you're coming back to the United States. And remember, guys, Guam is a territory of the United States. You can just fly a plane under normal circumstances. You could do this to satisfy two things. You can satisfy your visa run by going to Guam and get your health checked out and everything. Your Medicare is going to be good in Guam. You could kill two birds with one stone right there. See, I wouldn't get rid of my Medicare. You worked all these years for it, guys. Medicare is a good policy. Road to the Philippines says, I was in the U.S. Navy from 88 to 92. Is there a medical hospital in Guam to go to? Absolutely, there's a military base there. Brad Jones said, you never know where life will take you. Yeah, see, what I do is I plan as if I'm going to live a long time, but really, I live each day as if it's my last, man. I'm not being irresponsible, but I don't dwell on a whole lot of stuff, guys. Look, I always tell y'all this, and I'll tell you again. When my mother died, I knew for a fact I was going to die. And before then, though, I was kind of in, like Sigmund Freud said, most of us are in denial about our own death. We never think about our own death. Even though we see other people dying all around us, we're in denial about our own death. Sigmund Freud said that. But when my mother died, I knew then, you're going to die. Because if, good as she was, reality set in. So I lived my life like that. I don't know how much time I got left. Agmendino said, I can send any of you guys out, ask you how much money you got. You can go out and to the penny come back and tell me how much money you got in the bank, investments, blah, blah, blah. But I can send the same men out. When they come back and I ask them, how much time you got left? None of y'all can tell me. And that's why time is so much more important than money, in my opinion. So I'm not worried about whether that girl owns the land or whether she owns the house and all this stuff. I don't care about that because I'm going to get my money's worth. See, I promise you. Travel Mike said Guam is expensive at Paul. Absolutely. I've got to subscribe over there now. Him and two other roommates. They're paying $1,800 a month for a 3-bedroom apartment. And of course, you know why. Because those military bases over there, they got all those military people over there. They wherever you go, the military is. You are going to pay higher prices for everything. Harold Till said we were all dead before we were alive. Absolutely. But it's, death is not something I dwell on, but it's something that I know is going to happen. So I don't dwell on, oh, am I going to get sick over here? I know it's a possibility, so I got some coverage. Okay. Oh, is my girlfriend going to leave me? Yeah, it's a possibility, but I don't dwell on it. I don't worry about stuff like I used to, guys. The Philippines has that type of power over you. Man, I come outside here and see the sun. I see these coconut trees over here. Beautiful women walking back and forth. Nobody bothers me, man. It's quiet. Yeah, I might hear a rooster or something, man. It does that to you, man. You're like, I don't have a care in the world. I don't give a damn who's elected president over there and all that stuff. Clayton Murray says Shakespeare had a human skull sitting on his writing desk to remind him that this was his skull in the future. Time was moving him along, yeah. And we call it a midlife crisis, but now they're saying it's not true. It's just the stresses of day-to-day living that make you, that turn you into that impulsive, creature with the shirt unbuttoned down here at the chest. You might go get you a perm, a convertible, and all that. Psychologists say it's not real. People say it's just, day-to-day stresses catch up with you. But it's real, man. You kind of go through it because you know that you've got more life in back of you than you do in front of you. Because guys thought I was joking when I said, man, I don't waste a hard on. Man, if I got a hard on right now, I'd cut this live stream off and go in there and take care of my business. I do not waste a hard on, man. I don't waste any time of mine anymore. Alexander Neverman said, Calvin, most Americans know $20,000 for a new house is cheap. Yeah, but they don't have anything to do over there, Alexander. So they want to argue and everything like that. And, just nitpick. Paul Smith says, hell, getting older, I dwell on death. It's right there in front. Well, see, that's why I don't dwell on it, because it's right there looking you in the face. But why dwell on it? It's nothing. It's out of your control, Paul. There's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, you're going to die. See, now he brought up Shakespeare. Clayton Murray did. Here's something Shakespeare said, and I live by this. What little we know of death, life should be a paradise. See, I'm going to live until I die. I'm no longer living this hesitant, halting lifestyle. If I see something, I'm going to go out and get it that I want. I don't care if it's a woman, a house, whatever it is, a vacation, I want to see someplace. I'm not going to sit there and, how should I do it? Should I not? No, I'm going to do it. What little we know of life, death should be a paradise. I'm not going to sit here while I'm living and worry about dying. We don't know what's on that other side. Wong Hun Lo says, has your girlfriend ever said no? No. I've had, like I said, I've really had 4 relationships over here. 3 really, because one only lasted 6 months. Found out she was too young. None of ever. It's just it's like turning on a faucet and leaving it running. Filipinos they're more natural. They're a lot more mature in a lot of ways over here. And some things they're not, but in a lot of ways they are. When it comes to sex, they're not so shallow and they're not so petty when it comes to that. They know that sex is natural. It's just as natural as breathing, believe it or not. We've made a big deal over that. We're still a naked body. intimidates us over in America. You know, we'll see a woman wearing some, you know, especially other women. They see a woman with some of these provocative something. Oh, look at her. Why don't she go home and put on some clothes? You know, or something stupid like that. Cons 2911 says, I'm not American. Worked in the U.S. for almost 6 years. Now I found out I can't take my 401k. Me coming back to the U.S. is very uncertain. Sorry, out of topic. Oh, what do you mean you can't take your 401k? Can't you so you mean you can't draw off of it? How do they know that you're outside of the country? You see, my 401k was a little different. I forgot who it was with. I think it was with, I want to say Dean Witter, but I'm not sure. But they had a website. And I could go on there if I wanted to take out a loan, if I wanted to, you know, borrow, you know, money, whatever it was, I could access it, no matter where I was. So I'm not sure. Clayton Murray says, I'm often reflecting on what is important to me in life. A beautiful, loving woman tops the list, or maybe two. Never waste a heart on. Yeah, that's the truth. But yeah, what's important now? BJ says, hey, Calvin, 3 things you don't do when you get older. Never pass up a restroom. Never waste a boner. Never trust a fart. Cons 2911 says, I'm not a retirement age. But you know, you can still access that money. Not all of it, because if you take it all out, of course, they're going to tax the hell out of it. That's pre-tax income in there. But you can take out a loan, or you can access it for certain things like college tuition, a new home, medical bills, an emergency. Yeah. Thomas Donaldson said, you're right, Calvin. When I was in Germany, I walked on the beach naked and no one better than I. Yeah, but you're right, Thomas. But you know, in America, oh my God, it scares the hell out of us. You know, John Gomez said 401k is yours no matter where you go. That's what I thought. Now, of course, he can take it out, John, but he's going to pay. You know, you got to pay. They're going to take that tax from you. But yeah, you know, we got so many laws against nudity and pornography and everything over there. And, you know, you don't talk about sex to your kids. And, you know, we screwed up, man, a lot of ways over there, man. And that's why I'm going to tell you, I didn't learn about sex. Everything I knew about sex, I learned in the 3rd grade from my friend. He brought some books, some naked books. He stole from his uncle. His uncle lived with them. He brought them to school. That's all I learned about sex. My mother and father never sat me down and said, hey, here's what can happen when you have sex. You know, up until then, I still thought that storks brought babies down to earth and all of that. I mean, that's not realistic for you to do, man. And because of the way I was brought up, I couldn't talk to my kids about it. You know, I couldn't talk to my kids about sex. And I had 4 daughters. Now they all got children, you know, and none of them are married, you know, because now, can I talk to them now about it? Yeah, but hell, it's too late. You know, King Arthur said we have a bunch of hypocrites in America. And it's true. It's exactly true. And a lot of them, you know, there's a documentary on YouTube. It's called Outing or something, where this group is outing these congressmen and newscasters and stuff who are always talking down on gays, but in reality, they're gay themselves, or they love gay men or gay women, that sort of thing. See, George says it's possible to open a bank there without being there for 6 months. Yeah. Hello. Hold on. This is one of my winners. Hold on, guys. Are you? Yeah. How you doing, Michelle? Sit here till I get back. Say hello to the guys. Thank them for voting for you. Sit there. You say hello.
No, thank you.
This is Michelle. Guys, she's one of the consolation winners. Just wait to them. Okay, but she's going to get some change, okay? You can sit here. Yeah, that's Michelle. See, if she'd have just came like that, she might have won the contest. But yeah, she's going to get changed, Michelle, okay? We'll make the video when we get back. How far do you live from here, Michelle? Where do you live?
There in Airlines.
Is that far from here? Not far. How old are you, by the way? You're how old? How old? What's your age?
Okay, 24.
Oh, she's 24. She's young.
Single mother.
Oh, single mother. How many kids you got? One?
One.
Just one. Yeah, good. Do you work or anything? You don't work. You live with your mother and father, or you live by yourself?
My father's died.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry to hear that. You have any sisters and brothers?
Yes.
How many?
2 sisters and 2 brothers.
Okay, well, good. Travel Mike said, congratulations, Michelle. Yeah, she didn't finish in the top 10 because the next time, Michelle, I'm going to have the contest. We're going to have a panel. We're going to have 5 men and 5 women we're going to choose. See, instead of letting the voters, because you don't have that many friends on Facebook, do you?
We're friends on Facebook.
No, I said, how many friends do you have on Facebook?
More than 1,000.
Oh, yeah. See, but the winner had over 5,000. Yeah. Hey, Travel Mike. I said, she's too old for me. He's making a joke. Yeah, a lot of these women, they look a whole lot better in real life than they do on those videos. Michelle, she's a real attractive young lady. Carlos Hayes says, hey, Calvin, please tell Michelle I said hello. He says hello. She says hello too, Carlos. John Gomez said that's a great idea, Calvin. Yeah, I think it's best we have 5 women, 5 men, and let instead of they said they want to see you, Michelle. But there she is right there. She's 24 years old. How old is your baby?
1 year old.
Just 1 year old. Are you still with the father?
No.
Oh, she said no. She said that. They said no. What's the boy or girl?
Girl.
What's the name?
Princess Angel.
Oh, wow. Princess Angel, guys, is the name. Let's see if anybody's saying anything. BJ says, is 24 is too old? No, it's not. That's right, BJ. That's young. That's really the perfect age, Michelle. Like I told you before, y'all heard me say it. If you want to meet a woman here, 24 or 25 is usually the best one. They said take your mask off, Michelle, for 1 second. Can you take it off? See? Told you guys she's nice looking. If she'd have just looked like that, maybe she's going to win the contest. Okay. Tom Donaldson said I'm in. Brad Jones said, where's the father? They broke up. He's not in the picture no more. No, guys, we're not going to do all that. She's shy. Leave her alone. Okay. BJ says you're guapa.
Thank you.
She said thank you, BJ. John Gomez said, wow. Now y'all got her blushing, guys. George said you're cute, but you're too young for him. Mr. K says, I see Michelle. Thanks and God bless. Yeah. You got a lot of fans now, Michelle. Do you speak Bisaya or Tagalog?
No.
She speaks both, English too, right?
Not yet. I know I'm not good in English.
You speak pretty good English. Around the Dodgers fan said that most of the women picked up their practice. Yeah, they have. If one of my subscribers, he sent me the money. He said, hey, I want to reward all the women, because it takes a lot of courage to do what she did. To send in, because most Filipinos, they're real shy. So he said that he wanted to, okay, guys, I'm going to let me see, tell her, let me see her phone. Because my phone is shaking.
Ako or mama?
Your mother. Here, stand up there, Michelle. And then, when I'm going to take your picture. The video, just say whatever you want to say. Thank the people for voting for you. Well, I might, let me see if my phone is going to cooperate. I've got this so stupid phone. I dropped it. It might work. Michelle, it might not. Okay, yeah, go ahead. 1, 2. No, it's shaking too much. I'm sorry. Wait. Sorry. Let me see your phone. Whose phone is that? Yours or hers? Wait. Where's the phone? I mean, where is it? Oh, here. All right, I got it. Okay, Michelle. Wait. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, Something Shoulder and Sir Calvin, and all who votes me. Thank you so much. More blessings and God bless you always.
All right. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Is that a real tattoo on your back?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you doing, booby? You're bad. She's got a real tattoo, guys, so that means... Yeah. Yeah, let's get a thumbs up for Michelle, guys. She deserves it. See, like I told Jacob Tanjay today, a lot of these women, if they'd have just sent in a regular video, they probably would have won. And she was one of them. She's a nice-looking girl, 24 with 1 baby. Y'all can say y'all won't fool with single mothers if you want to. You're going to lose out on a lot of nice-looking women over here. But yeah, John Gomez, Todd Johnson, I'll give him a thumbs up. I'm telling you, I was sitting right next to her. She's a nice-looking woman. And she was, open for, some conversation. See, that's why over here, man, you know, it's just, you don't need to be on them dating sites, guys. It's just, you know, the women are not so shallow. The tattoo, Cecil Wampler said, what was the tattoo? It was like a dragon, like a little dragon, maybe this big. You know, but that's what they're doing now over here. When I came in 2009, I never seen a Filipino with a tattoo in 2009. Now, a lot of the younger ones, they have the tattoos. Cal Dedman said, Booby looks like mommy. LOL with a touch of Calvin. John Gomez said, behave, John Wells. Travel Mike said, no thanks. Don't need a woman with babies. Too many singles. I would train my own. Yeah. Rams and Dodgers fans said, Calvin, why? Oh, thank you. Oh, okay. Alexander Neverman said, so Michelle, she doesn't have parents. No, the father's died. She lives with her mother. Yeah, let's get the thumbs up, guys. I got about 14 minutes left because we got to go to the grocery store today. Rams and Dodgers fans said, Calvin, your wife was on for a second. Yeah, she's shy about that stuff, you know, but like I said, when you get over here, man, you know, things look a whole lot better in person than they ever do on online, guys. It's just, they're just not so shallow. You can just walk up to them and say, hey, how you doing? See, for me now, it would be a whole lot easier than when before I was Sunshine Shoulders, because they all know who I am now. I went and got that rice yesterday, and hell, you'd have thought I was a damn celebrity. I was like, well, hell. And of course, you know, my girlfriend, she's not leaving my side. No, Harold Teal. I'm not even going to read that, but the answer is no. Child Mike said, yeah, she's a pretty young lady. Yeah, she's innocent, man, and she had perfect teeth, too, believe it or not. Travel Mike said, women don't like to be on camera in the Philippines. It draws attention to them for money. Yeah, you're right. Say your woman's pretty, bro. And see, that's good and bad, Mike. See, a lot of women know that for a fact. That's why they say, hey, would you interview me, Mr. Sunshine Shoulders? Because TJ Johnson said this on my last live stream. He said, when the guy was like, Calvin, you need to give all of them something. I said, well, we already did. TJ Johnson said, I guarantee you those women have benefited from being in the Miss Sunshine contest, you know, with all these thirsty men sending them money and stuff. And he's right. I guarantee you. I know for a fact some of them have already. Brad Jones said, they scare me, to be honest, John. Hey, retired 2019. Thanks for joining us, brother. Smoky Mountain Mother said, was Vanessa the bad news she looked like? No, but she's a good woman. But remember, guys, it's the first come, first serve. You know, once Vanessa saw how easy it was, because you can't blame Vanessa. We got to blame us, guys. We're the ones throwing money at these women. What do you think? She was earning, when I interviewed Vanessa, she was earning 50 pesos a day. Not an hour, for the whole entire day. All right? And then one of you guys sent up 10,000 right off the bat. And then a couple of them sent the 50. I mean, you know, she was getting money so crazy that, hell, we corrupted her. She's like, okay, if you want to send me money, go ahead, you know. Wrote to the Philippines and said, hey, Calvin, it's time for me to call it a night. Okay, brother, I know that you've been working 16 hours, Danny. Road to the Philippines, guys. Check him out. He said, I have to jump back on that hamster wheel tomorrow and work my weekly 16-hour shift. Wow. As always, thanks for the shout out. Much appreciated. Later, buddy. Man. Charles Mike said, yeah, they all got paid for this pageant. I'm sure they did. And see, a little young, innocent woman like that, she's open, guys, you know, for the right man to say, hey, you know, and you would have a gym here. I mean, she's gone now, but, you know, these are the ones I told you, 24 years old to 25, man. They right in the prime. I don't care if they have kids or not. The sweet, the tenderonis, man. I'm telling you now. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. I got about 10 minutes left. Paul Smith said, Brad, we're on the same page. I thought of 5-2. You know, it just depends, guys. You know, you have to understand. If all you're looking for is looks, you're going to miss out, man. You're going to miss out. Some of the women who look the best over here, they don't know how to cook. They don't know how to give you a massage. They don't have to do nothing but look good. Okay? So if that's what you want, just somebody to, you know, showcase on your arm, fine. But if you want, you know, a woman that's really knows how to take care of you, I can guarantee you she does. Wong Hun Lo says, a 5, what you smoking? See, this all depends on what you like. But I'm sitting here looking at her in person, and I'm saying she's at least a 7. And then with that thigh gap, it takes her up to an 8, in my opinion. She had the thigh gap, guys, was looking good. Was looking really, really good. And you didn't see the 4-inch shorts. See, y'all didn't see that. Y'all don't know, but hey. B Love said 7 or 8. That's right, Alexander Neverman. You're right where I am. A 7, 8, or 9 is more than looks. She looks great. See, she was clean, man. She was neat. You know, and you could see that she took time, you know, to get herself together before she came over here. All that adds up to something, guys, you know. I promise you, man. Rams and Dodgers fan said one man's 5 is another man's happy. Yeah. Yeah, Terry Devin, no hairy legs. The Philippines don't really have a lot of hair anywhere, to be honest with you. That's why they take 10 minutes to paint on these eyebrows here. They don't have it. And then my girlfriend doesn't even have underarm hair. She doesn't even use deodorant, man. I've never met anybody like that in my whole entire life. Believe it or not. Mr. K said, Cal, you were checking it out. Yeah, I do, you know, because it's just natural. I'm a man. She said, hey, I did not get a better view. But you'll see when go on my Facebook, but it's not going to be a real. I took her thank you. But you got to understand, guys, you know, I don't know what universe you guys are coming from. I'm 58. A 24-year-old woman, man, is super attractive to me. I don't know where you guys are get so spoiled from. Yeah, the Philippines ain't even open. Y'all guys are crazy. You got to be over here in real time, man. You know, to say that a 24-year-old man, I've had them, man. I'm telling you, man, they tenderonis, man. Is all I can tell you. Yeah, BJ said 10 don't mean nothing if she leaves you broke with your willy in your hand. Roy Jones said, Calvin, you got a better view. I'll take a 5 with a heart. Makes a 7, 8. Yeah, absolutely. And her attitude, you can tell that she was just so real, you know, and just so, you know, because when the guy says, one of the guys said, hey, Calvin, tell Michelle I said hello. She says, hello, you know, and I said, hey, one guy said you was guapa. She said, thank you. You know, you could just tell she was real, man. Retired 2019 said, Calvin, what's your Facebook page? Sunshine Shoulders Facebook page. Pearl Till said, yummy. Yeah, I'm going to tell you something, man. You guys, I don't know what y'all drinking and smoking over there in America, man. Come over here, man. You start dealing with these 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 27, 28-year-old women. That's what happens to us, man. It blows our minds. Yeah. I mean, man, you simply melt inside. They melt inside of you. You melt inside of them. To many, man, Calvin, don't get in trouble with your missus. No, because she knows, man, I'm real. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. Mr. K said, I'm 62. I would love to wake up to that every day. Absolutely. My girlfriend, is 39. I met her when she was 36. Man, I'm telling you now, that's a tenderoni to me. I'm 58. And then you got this little 24-year-old man. Y'all don't know, man. You guys are messed up. Yeah, Cal Ingram Davis says, I'm laughing at all this. All these guys talking crazy. Yeah, they talking crazy. Because Ingram Davis knows what I'm talking about. Because he's got a tenderoni. He sent me pictures. Y'all just don't know, man. If you thought that was a 5, there ain't no sense in you getting on the plane. You're going to miss the whole point of being over here. And that's the fact. I'm not objectifying women or nothing like that. I'm not that cringy, but we're men, guys. I'm just going to tell you how it is. I ain't going to sugarcoat it. That's what you come over here for. So make sure you get what you come over here for. But when you say that a 29-year-old, a 24-year-old is a 5, man, you're missing the whole point of what a 24-year-old can do for you. My God. Jerome Morgan said, definitely know what you are. Yeah, absolutely. Eskandari says, funny thing is most of these guys can't get a 24-year-old in America. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They kind of, you don't appreciate it. You don't appreciate it. Okay, when I was 24, I didn't appreciate the 20-year-old woman that I was dating at the time. Now I do. And that's why I'm saying to you guys, man, you don't appreciate, man, a 24, 25-year-old. Some of these women, you come over, they're going to be 22, 20, and they're ready. They don't care how old you are. Clayton Murray said, 4-inch shorts, what's her bank account number? See, but they just wear it innocently. They don't really know for real, because this is what they got at the at the Okay place for 20 pesos. They just put them on. But yeah, George said 24 years old and a 30 or 40-year-old age difference too much, in my opinion. It's really not, though. It depends on who she is. And see, you have to understand that women are going to mature faster than men anyway, mentally and physically. And so a 24-year-old woman over here is really sort of like a 30, thinking already like a 30 or 35-year-old in America, because they start earlier over here. Remember I told you my girlfriend was 11 when her mother went over to Manila for a job. She was left to take care of, to fend for her sisters and brothers at 11. Had to cook, had to clean, had to go out and get the money no matter any way she could. You understand? So, by the time they get out of high school, they're already, my daughters are 25. My oldest is 25, yeah. Well, I'm going to say she's about the most mature. But the one 24 and then the one 21 and the 19, they're babies over there. 2019 said, Calvin, some are scared she might give him a heart attack while having sex. Yeah, I made the video. You got to be careful, guys. Make sure you're physically able over here, because she's never going to say no, okay? And you want to enjoy it and have a healthy sex life. Donald Wigginton says, when will the Philippines open again so I can go over there and experience what you have been talking about? Well, one good news is this, guys. They're going to start doing granular lockdowns over here now. See, now they will lock down a whole city, a whole province, but now they're going to go by like just different areas. So if there's an area that's got a lot of transmission, they're just going to lock that area down, not the whole. And could that mean something? It could, but more than likely it's not. It's going to be a while. I would never touch that subject. You're going to find out when I find out. It's going to be big news when the Philippines opens up. But he says, where can I go to the Philippines that's not expensive? None of it's really expensive, but you want to stay out of them hotels, man. You know, if you're going to be here for a month, I would negotiate with an Airbnb and get a better price. You know, Smoky Mountain Molly said, I thought she scored higher, but I admit I don't know what I'm talking about. And, you know, like I said, it just depends on what you like. Now, would I have thrown this one back? Absolutely not. And I've been over her for 12 years. I'm looking at her up close, you know. And if any of you guys would throw this one back, you don't even need to get on the plane. Come over here. Iskandari said, tell those guys who are complaining, let's see their pictures. Let's see the value of them. Yeah, main time. He said, hey, Cal, I'll take two 24-year-olds and I'm 48. It all evens out. I love the John said, I guess that's some kind of progress, Calvin. Yeah. OSC Mont says, hey, Cal, can I get a Pacific Cross with my Part B right now? I have Health Net. Yeah, because, I mean, I wouldn't get it now because you're still in America. I mean, you know, it would be illegal for him to sell you something. If you're in America now and you got Medicare, it's really illegal for any agent to try to sell you anything other than a Medicare supplement. Okay, or a Medicare Advantage. To sell you something outside of that when you really don't need it, no, you wouldn't want to do that. But yeah, guys, I got to get off here. It's Sunday. Thank y'all so much for your super chats, your super stickers, your thumbs up. We did hit 200. And just all your support, man, for Sunshine Shoulders, man. Without y'all, it wouldn't be nothing, man. I really appreciate it. I've gotten to the point where I enjoy coming out here talking with you guys like I know you. And I want to give a shout out to Jason Kincaid. He the one suggested I do this. But next Friday on the Sunshine Shoulders, Moonshine Shoulders hour, I'm going to let John try this Filipino drink. Wait. Honey, what's the name of that drink I told you? You know, what's the name of that drink? It starts with a K. The wine or whatever it is. Calapo. Is that Calapo? Yes, called Calapo, guys. I'm going to buy John one Thursday and put it in my freezer, let it get ice cold. It's like a wine, but they say it gets you toe up, so I'm going to have him drink that and give y'all you know, a review of it. He may be toe up by the time it you know, by the time he gets off here. But yeah, Philip Cooper, he said thigh gap. That's a nice way to describe it. She was cute, 24 years old. You should be so lucky. Absolutely, Philip. But see, Philip's over here in the Philippines. He knows. See, what a lot of you guys don't know, man. Y'all crazy. If you think that girl was a 5, don't even get on the plane and come over here, man. Because you're gonna miss it totally, guys. So let me get my Sunshine Shoulders theme song going. I'm gonna let me put this on. The
real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. The real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
Okay, guys, yeah. Will Rose said her soft-spoken was a 10. See, that kind of stuff is sexy. Michael McFarland said John's going to be gooned up for sure. Yeah, he's going to be gooned up, guys. But yeah, if you're in America, man, help somebody, man, before you get into bed tonight. If you're in the Philippines, it's only like 12 noon. We got the whole rest of the day, guys. If I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. We help other people. We help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID-free. I'll see you next time, guys.